So who won last night's debate? Well, we had our opinion during the live coverage that we did on tytnetwork.com. Our opinion was the biggest winner was Carly Fiorina. Turns out we were right. Now, polling right afterwards from Google Consumer Surveys for Independent Journal indicated that Carly Fiorina, clear winner, 30% of the people who watched thought that she had won. Now, we were a little bit more unsure about Donald Trump and Ben Carson. I thought Ben Carson was going to come out as one of the winners because he seemed like a nice guy. It turns out I was generally right. Some had some skepticism about that, but Ben Carson in the top three in all the polls that have come out so far, and they're, of course, early. This is just the next day. He came in at 11.6 in this particular poll. And Donald Trump, we were all uncertain about because he was so aggressive, but at the same time, people like that. He was so unsubstantive, but on the other hand, the Republicans are not well known for emphasizing substance, and it turns out he came in second at 22.6%. We were also right about who lost. We thought the biggest loser by far was Scott Walker, and in fact, he came in dead last at 0.9%. So that does not bode well for Scott Walker's campaign. But I would argue that that there were other winners in the debate as well. In fact, the most important winner was CNN because their ratings were through the roof. They, conducted a food fight there. They were so careful about not being called biased by the Republicans that they didn't fact-check any of the lies that they said. They threw softballs, and then they couched everything in terms of Donald Trump says this, Ben Carson says that, Marco Rubio says this. I didn't say it. Don't get me wrong, I didn't challenge you. I didn't challenge you. But it worked for them, and they got very good ratings. And then Trump, of course, being who he is, tweets afterwards, just announced that in the history of CNN, last night's debate was its highest rated ever. Will they send me flowers and a thank you note? You know why? Because Donald Trump is fantastic. And it was all because of him. To be fair, it was largely because of him. They asked him in the middle, are you just an entertainer? And in typical Donald Trump fashion, he was like, yeah, I'm an entertainer. I'm a fantastic entertainer. I'm also a good businessman. I'm also good at everything else. And if you elect me, you'll have more of everything. So Brian Stelter, who works at CNN, took him up on his offer and sent him emojis of flowers. That's cute. That's funny. I like it. And is that technically emojis, the flowers? I don't know. Kids these days. All right. Who's the person among Republicans that scored the best in social media? Well, that would be Dr. Ben Carson. He got 128,000 likes on one of his posts and 8,700 shares. That was the best among the Republicans. But it turns out the real winner of the debate was actually Bernie Sanders. Ooh, twisty twist. You didn't see that twist coming. Okay, why? Because he was tweeting and putting Facebook posts up throughout the debate, and they actually got the most shares. So Bernie Sanders got 176,000 on his most popular Facebook post and 35,000 shares. You do some quick math on that, and you will realize that that's about 4 times as much as, at least in shares, as Ben Carson, the most popular among the Republicans. Now, to be fair to the Republicans, they were in the middle of a debate, so it's a little harder to tweet in the middle of that. And obviously, there are other measures here, but let me show you the one that Bernie Sanders got a lot of likes and shares for. He sent out this note. He said, the evening was really pretty sad. This country and our planet face enormous problems, and the Republican candidates barely touched upon them tonight. And when they did, they were dead wrong on virtually every position they took. The Republican Party cannot be allowed to lead this country. And then he went on to say, that's why we need a political revolution. All right, you go get him. Bernie Sanders also had the most social media shares, likes, etc. during the first Republican debate. So these Republican debates are turning out fantastic for Bernie Sanders.